I'm here at the range today with my favorite rifle, or at least it used to be. This is a 30 caliber M1 Carbine, which I'm pretty sure all of y'all are familiar with, so not really going to talk about this one too much today. And we've got this too, which I just acquired and began shooting a few days ago. This is a 22 Spitfire M1 Carbine. And this thing came about as an experiment, as I've read in the early 60s when they were playing around with intermediate cartridges. It's basically a neck down 30 carbine, and it's neck down to a 223 caliber bullet, and this is a 40 grain projectile jacketed soft point, where here we have the standard 30 carbine, which is 110 grain full metal jacket. This one comes out about 1900 foot per second, whereas this one comes out at about 2900 foot per second. And for comparison, we've got a 223 Remington here, 30 carbine here, 5.7 Johnson here, and this is the current 5.7 that's very hot right now, the FN57. On this particular rifle, we've got an aluminum Picatinny rail, and we got an aim point PRO optic. The recoil plate has been glass bedded, and the barrel channel has been glass bedded as well. And we got this really sweet muzzle brake from Brownells that we put on here, and it's been machined down to the proper diameter, so if we want to, we can still attach a bayonet. But I'm probably going to have to get a longer one, as with this added length, I don't know, there may just be a couple inches sticking out, but that would really just be for show. But I'm sure y'all are interested in seeing how this thing shoots. So we're going to get to that. We'll do some meat targets, some soda jugs, some steel, and we'll also do a paper target at the end.
So this is the 30 caliber carbine. Good groups into the ribs. Let's pull it apart. Watermelon's totally destroyed. Yeah, complete mess. Totally fractured ribs. Chunks of bone. Back of the ribs are totally thrashed. Yeah, it's pulverized. Let's take a look at the 5.7 MMJ Johnson. Same thing. Watermelon's totally destroyed. See the ribs on the front got big holes. Look at that. Great big old holes. Ribs are shattered. Take a look at the ribs in the back. It's complete mush. Bits of bone. completely exited the other side. The entry wounds look way worse on this cartridge than it does on the 30 carbine, but the exact opposite on the exit wound. Some pretty big exit wounds on the 5.7 Johnson, but it's nothing like 30 carbine. That's absolutely pulverized. But your entry wounds are just horrific on the 5.7. So that's dumping energy immediately. And this is the first soda jug. That's some hydrostatic shock right there. Couldn't tell you which was the entry or exit, but that split it open. Take a look at the second one. This one fell over after we shot the first one. Pretty big holes. It was quite the fountain. These two are the 30 carbine. So just eyeballing, I would say that the 5.7 is dumping way more energy far faster than what the 30 carbine is doing. Just looking at how it's split open, it's not nearly as split as the first two from the 5.7 Johnson. So you decide for yourself which one is better.
This pretty much concludes the shooting portion of the video. You saw us hit the meat targets, you saw us hit the soda jugs, the steel, and this is the paper at 200 yards. 10 rounds. We group kind of high into the left there. You know, you can make up your mind on what you think about the two, but personally I like this a little more than the 30 carbine. The cameraman who also narrated the meat targets and the soda jugs happens to be the person who built this rifle. And you know, if it was up to you, gunsmith, cameraman, which one would you choose?
I really like this 5.7 Johnson. I don't know that it's the answer to all the M1 carbine's problems, but just based on what I've seen, I think it's an effective cartridge, and I think it should be a lot more popular.
You want to tell everybody what company you work for?
So I'm one of the gunsmiths at River Valley Specialized Machining in a little town called Stevens Point, Wisconsin. There we specialize in long-range rifles for Palma, PRS, and the like. This is actually my first M1 carbine build. I have done other work, M1 Garands, M14s, M1As, that sort of thing. But this was my first attempt at a carbine build, and I tell you, I'm pretty pleased with how I did on it.
Me too. Well, I hope everybody enjoyed this. The two FUDs and a carbine are going home.